You good?
Oh, hey, good morning. So I promised my friend that we're going to do a ride up in the mountains, and it's too early. I gotta get some coffee. So I guess we're doing Pacifico Mountain, which is off Highway 2 in Angeles Forest, and in the first 13 miles, there's 4,000 feet of climbing. This loop's about 38 miles long, and it's going to be a warm one today. Whose idea was this? This is going to be going up by Mount Gleason, and we're going to start at the fire station and do a huge loop. But first, coffee.
So they closed the road from 9 to 2, but we're ready to start at Aliso Canyon. So since there was a gate locking Angeles Forest Highway access at Aliso Canyon, we had to park the cars and make that extra 3.2 mile ride from the parked cars up to Mill Creek Summit. This was a beautiful road, but it had a steady incline all the way up, which took us a little bit longer than we wanted to, adding an extra 6 miles to our trip in total. Once we hit Mill Creek Summit, we made a quick left up on Forest Service Road, which is known as 3N17, and this rode us past Pacific Crest Trail on our way to Pacifico Mountain Trail, as well as a campground at the top. But this was some chunky gravel. There's sharp rocks. We didn't bring any extra tires, so we had to be very careful on our way up. You'll notice on the left, there's a multitude of switchbacks, which get you from lower elevation to higher elevation quite quickly. But the views on each side, the 360 panoramic views, were amazing to take in. The temperatures today stayed pretty consistent in the mid to high 90s with zero shade around. It got quite warm quickly. The Garmin did reach a top Fahrenheit of 117.2 degrees, which was something we did not plan for. I brought more water than I've ever brought before, but being in the open like this, the sun was just beating us down. Here's some more of that chunky gravel. It was pretty hard to take a line. It didn't look like trucks had been here in quite some time, so we were making our own trails. Eric on my right had a much better line, except for right there, but he seemed to be able to get through it with ease, and then I waited for him at the top. With the landscape ever changing, you were reminded of places like Holcomb Valley up in Big Bear, all the way to the Eastern Sierras on the way to Mammoth. The rock formations, the new growth after the fire were simply amazing to witness firsthand. You would not be disappointed with any views looking to your left, right, front, or back. We were almost at the summit, and we were blessed with some nice rollers. The speed kept our momentums high, and we were able to get there in no time at all. This, I believe, is the Santa Clara Divide Road, which at one point used to connect this type of roadway to Santa Clarita up through Magic Mountain. There is a sign that I've noticed in the past cycling up that way off of Bear Divide Picnic Area off Sand Canyon, and it appears that at one point it would have traveled 33 miles through the mountains. This was a nice surprise and allowed for higher speeds descending. As we passed Alder Saddle, we were back connected on the Angeles Forest Highway. This was down, which meant one thing. We'd have to go up. That's something that you'll never see on a map. Cutting through the forest was an exhilarating experience. Angeles Forest Highway took us to a connector, which was Upper Big Tujunga Canyon, which brought us back to Angeles Forest Highway, which was closed still with that 9 to 2 gate closures. For side work, they were removing some rubble from the side of the mountain that had collapsed. But if you want to hear, stick around and I'll tell you how my climb was. So that was one heck of an adventure. We had to park at Aliso Canyon at Angeles Crest Highway because they put a gate up, and apparently it's locked between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. So that added another 3 miles to the climb to where we wanted to start. And let me tell you, it was up. So we wanted to get up to the Mill Creek Summit, which we started at, and then we turned off Angeles Crest Highway, and we started going up Pacifico Canyon Trail, past the Pacific Crest Trail. And let me just get these down here. So the road we were on was the Forest Service Road 3N17. Took us out to Adler Saddle. It was part of the Santa Clara Divide, which connects back to my hometown of Santa Clarita, which is pretty wild. I think it's like 33 miles long, but the pavement there was nice through the forest. And then once we came back, we made our way to Angeles Crest Highway. We hung a right, and then we took that to upper Big Tujunga Canyon, which kind of did a little cut through and got us back to Angeles Crest Highway. And that was probably, gosh, we were already at mile 31 at this time, and we had climbed about 4,000 feet. That climb out was insane. Temperature on the Garmin hit 117.2 degrees Fahrenheit, and we had a steady climb up. I ran out of water, whatever hot water I had left. Food was good. Legs started cramping, and I gave up. I looked at the map, and I had about 3 kilometers left to go. But within those 3 kilometers, I still had to climb another 555 feet, and I was done. So I flagged down a cat. It was a bulldozer, and I pleaded with him to take me to the top because I was running on a tight schedule to get back from my daughter's school pickup. We wedged my gravel bike in between the cab and the rear of the cat. I was holding on for dear life on the side, looking down at exposed tires, and he came out of the cab and said, "No bueno." So I had to get back on the side of the road. I saw a public works car, and mind you, this road is still closed because it's just before 2 o'clock, so the gate was locked. Public works came down. I flagged him down. I said, "Bro," I'm like, "can you put my bike in the back and just take me to the top?" And then I said, I got to get home. I got to get to Santa Clarita. And policy is I can't pick anybody up because they might kill you. And I kind of chuckled at that. I had an LAPD jersey on, and that didn't sway him. He did give me a Smart Water, a big like 1 liter, which was ice cold. I killed that. And then I ended up finding someone who was going home from work, who was working down at the bottom. We threw my bike in the back, and he drove me to the top, dropped me off of the car. And I've never wanted to sit down with the AC blowing so cold in my face. This ride was amazing. This loop was great. It was about just shy of 40 miles, 4,500 feet of climbing. And so with those high temps, this would be an ideal spring, definitely a winter ride. Possibly see some snow up there, but I would definitely do this again. I'm not going to do it anytime soon because summer's coming up, and if it's already the first week of June at 117. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know below if you've ridden this loop or any part of it, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and stay safe on the road. We will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.